Did you know that psychics are doing the devil's work? At least that's what I was told. So because somebody told me that, that means it's true, right? If you are someone who feels like you have some gifts, or maybe you've experienced some weird things, I don't know what words to use, but you're afraid to use or develop your gifts due to your upbringing or your religious beliefs, if you've been receiving some kind of backlash for you having these gifts, like something is wrong with you or you're bad, maybe you're a hardcore Bible thumper who's jumping on here to see what I have to say, or maybe you are into the spiritual type stuff but have a little bit of doubts or trust issues. If any of those fit while you're watching this video is for you. I'm going to fill you in on some facts. I'm going to challenge you to open and expand your mind a little bit here and hopefully alleviate some of your fears as to what actually is the devil's work. So if that sounds good to you, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. And obviously, watch the video. All right, so real quick, if you're brand spanking new here and you have no idea who I am, give me a quick second to introduce myself. My name is Judi Jamieson. I am a psychic. What I do is teach intuition and psychic development to empaths who are going through some kind of spiritual awakening, life transition, or trauma trying to heal from toxic, disgusting, parasitic, devil-type people in the physical world. Basically, what I do is I help empaths become bulletproof from the wolves in sheep's clothing that are among us. So if that sounds like you and you're interested in developing your gifts and understanding how they work, I am your new virtual best friend, and you're going to want to hit the subscribe button that's right underneath this video. If you're not already a subscriber, I'm going to give you a quick second to do that right now. As I go through this video and talk to you, if anything resonates with you, if anything comes up or there's something that you want to say, please comment below and share it with me. I do get notifications when people comment, and I do reply back when I have the time. All right, you ready? Let's get this party started. What I want to first jump into is give you a little bit of a backstory here so you can understand, I'll say, how I am qualified to talk about this kind of stuff, or what my background is, or what my experience or knowledge is concerning this stuff. All right, so I'm going to tell you, I grew up in a very hardcore atheist household. There is no God. Psychics and fortune tellers are scam artists. Anybody who likes to spend time in nature, who collects rocks or crystals or meditates, is weird. If you're someone like me, I was always drawn to that kind of stuff, but shooed away from it because I was told it was wrong, or it's just all a bunch of bullshit. Never quite felt like I fit anywhere in life. Fast forward many years later, as my first marriage was coming to a devastatingly crashing freaking halt, I found Jesus. I became a born-again, Bible-thumping Baptist. I was living, eating, breathing Jesus 3 days a week, twice on Sunday and every Wednesday, faithfully for years. Even though I was dirt freaking poor and broke, I still gave my tithe. Even then, I never really felt like I fit in. In the beginning, I thought I found my home, my place. Now, please understand, I am not knocking any Baptist or knocking any church or any religion here. As I was growing and learning about God and developing my relationship with Jesus and doing all of my Bible study, like I said, my marriage was falling apart. That's why I went to church, for answers, for healing. My rock bottom, God, please somebody help me. My pastor encouraged me to stay in an abusive marriage because that was what you're supposed to do, right? You get married, you made this commitment. If I could learn to be a better Christian or just be a better wife, my marriage would survive. Fast forward, I ended the marriage. I was now a single divorced mom, which is like a big no-no in the Baptist church. I was basically damaged goods. Regardless, I still continued to faithfully go to church until I started having premonitions through dreams that were actually happening, and I was seeing and experiencing spiritual type activity in my home. I didn't know what to do. It freaked me out. I went to the only person that I knew wouldn't make fun of me, was my pastor. My pastor actually told me that what I was experiencing was nothing of God, that these gifts of premonitions and dreams was nothing of God. It was actually the devil's work, and that I needed an exorcism. Now I understand, now that I've kind of emotionally and mentally evolved a little bit here. All he was doing was repeating something that somebody else told him. It wasn't a fact, it was somebody's opinion. They pumped into him and he absorbed it as if it was a fact. So now here I come explaining to him what is going on with me in my life. Now I'm looked at like the devil is inside of me. Okay? He didn't know any better. All he knew was what somebody else told him. He wasn't experiencing what I was experiencing. Okay? I let that go. Needless to say, I couldn't go back to church because I'm a single divorced mom who now has the devil inside of her. Thus, fast forward, here I am now, a full-time psychic teaching intuition and psychic development. How the freak does this happen? Okay, so now that you got that little backstory behind you, let me tell you, all right, in the Bible it says God created man in his image, okay? We all have natural gifts. Some of us have the gift of woodworking and creating or fixing things with our hand. Some of us have the gift of writing the most beautiful, phenomenal poetry. Some of us have the gift to see into the future or read other people's energy. We're born pure, right? A pure, perfect freaking soul. And then what happens? Life. Society jumps in and tells you who you should be or who you shouldn't be or what you should do or what you shouldn't do. The way you're raised, some people, the way you're brainwashed, or I'll say the way that you're programmed. Certain beliefs are instilled into you that were somebody else's beliefs. Again, they're beliefs based on somebody else's personal experience. Okay, so I just want to challenge you a little bit to evaluate what is really your belief in something. Where do you really feel guided to go? Or is it something somebody else pumped up your butt and forced you to take on like it was a fact? Are you leading or are you following? All right, so let's evaluate, what is the devil's work? Lies, deceit, manipulation, theft, any of that kind of stuff for personal gain. So let's go into some examples here. Psychics, all right? Are there some psychics doing the devil's work? Lying, manipulation, and robbing people? Hell freaking yeah. Let's take another example. That person who is gifted with doing work with their hands. Let's just say a carpenter. Are there certain carpenters out there who lie and deceit and rob people? Hell freaking yeah. Let's take one more example before I move on to the next topic. Certain leaders, okay? Are there leaders out there who are putting together a following for their own personal gain, lying and manipulating with a undercover hidden agenda or intention? Hell freaking yeah. You have to be able to think for yourself, go on a fact-finding mission, and do your freaking homework before interacting with anybody, psychic or not. So the bottom line here, it all boils down to how you use your gifts. There's always two different avenues that anybody can go down. The helpful, healing guidance from the heart, felt using gifts that way, or lies, manipulation, and deceit for personal gain. You see, people are scared of things that they don't understand, where they haven't fully walked through and got the full scope as to what is really going on, or how does this actually work, or what is somebody's intentions. I have never in my life experienced evil, demonic, devil type things until my pastor put that fear into me. Wherever your energy goes, wherever your fear goes, whatever it is that you're feeding into, you create it and make it bigger. What I was experiencing was nothing of the devil until I heard that and absorbed it like it was a fact. I'll have to save that whole story for another freaking video. Let me ask you another question here. Are you someone who is living in black and white, with me against me, somebody wins and somebody loses type mindset? Because if you're putting yourself or putting other people, judging people, or putting other people in a stereotype thing, you are living a very limited life that is squashing your own personal development and evolvement as an individual, as a soul. You can't put everybody or certain groups into certain categories, okay? There are some churches that are doing good. There are some churches that are completely off the wall, freaking radical. It's the same thing with politics, right? The Republicans and the Democrats, and then you have those Really freaking crazy people who want to shove things down your throat. I'll tell you, I have gifts and I choose to use my gifts to help people. I use my gifts to help people be able to spot, recognize, understand, defeat, get away from, and even destroy the evil that is walking among us in this physical world. There are evil people everywhere among us. A lot of people are scared of the spiritual aspect because they think of like the devil and demons. I am telling you from someone who has experienced both sides, you need to be more scared of the wolves in sheep's clothing that are walking among us. And they are disguised in every way, shape, or form. If you are using your gifts, like I said, to help people, you are doing God's work. Whatever this gift is that you have is not of the devil. Can the devil come in and sway you and manipulate you to get you to do harmful, wrong things with that? Yeah, sure. But you got to be smart enough to have your own brain and think for yourself and make your own decisions and choices and even call yourself out on your own shit and evaluate what's going on with you and why you're doing the things that you're doing. Not everybody can do that. So give me a second here and I'm going to go in and I'm going to give you 4 or 5 different things that to me feel like you would be doing God's work and maybe eliminate some fears here. But let me ask you, comment below and talk to me. Are there certain gifts that you're afraid of? Comment below and tell me. Tell me why. Are you someone who was like me, who has these gifts and abilities, but felt like you never freaking fit in and were afraid to go out and use them for good because of fear of backlash as to what your family or friends or society is going to say? If you have any stories that you want to share with me, comment below and share them. All right, so let me go into here. I'm going to tell you, well, let's talk about the Bible a little bit and what the Bible says. I have read the Bible from front to freaking back. There's always 2 ways to perceive something, right? A lot of times now we have various different Bibles, and the Bible has been changed and updated to fit normal, or not normal, God, there's freaking nothing normal in this world, right? Today's standards or way of speaking. Things are always misconstrued, or people look at something and they perceive what they want to perceive based on their beliefs. One person can read one passage and get one message out of it, and somebody else can read the same exact thing and pick up something else. I mean, let's take wine for example. The wine talks about people drinking and being drunkards, right? But then it also talks and says that Jesus drank wine. Okay, does that mean Jesus was bad and he was a drunkard? Just kind of evaluate some of the different ways things are perceived and don't always take everything as a fact. You have to use your own discernment. All right, so let me give you some quick life lessons here that I have learned as someone who was an atheist, a born-again Baptist, who is now a full-time psychic, who uses their gifts for good. 1, don't judge other people. I have met so many people, and especially in the church, they were the fastest ones to judge somebody and jump on somebody's ass. Call yourself out and look at your own shit first. Most people don't have the balls or the courage to do that. They'd rather project their bullshit on somebody else and judge people. We all come from different paths, different upbringings, all different walks of life. We all have our own unique journey that we are on that are filled with various different scenarios and circumstances. Some of those circumstances are completely out of our control because they're things that other people did. Okay, so unless you walked in those exact shoes, don't freaking judge nobody. The other thing, if you have gifts and you're afraid to use them, or you are so hell-bent on stereotyping people, I am not here to shove anything down anybody's throat or force them to conform or buy anything that I have. I'm one of those people, I can agree to disagree with you. We can have completely different viewpoints and still be friends. Why? Because I respect people as individuals. I do not live in a black and white world. I like to experience all aspects of the rainbow. Don't shove anything down anybody's throat or judge them because they don't believe the same things you do, okay? Don't be a freaking hypocrite. The other thing I want to tell you here, walking through the physical world, being able to pick up and read energy, learn how to spot the evil, the devils, the demons, the wolves in sheep's clothing that are among us. With all the schooling that we are given, we are never taught how to spot a lying, deceitful, manipulative type person who has no empathy or no regard to anybody but themselves. But they put on a really nice show. That's how they hook you and get you in, right? Underneath this video, I have a freebie that I'll give you on how to spot a narcissist. I'm not talking somebody who has a big ego. I am talking narcissistic personality disorder, and they are freaking everywhere. So if you want to learn how to spot those wolves in sheep's clothing, check out the link that's underneath this video. The other thing I want to tell you, your relationship with your creator is like a marriage. No two marriages are exactly the same or exactly alike. Your relationship that you have with your creator, your God, your higher power, whatever it is that you believe in, is unique and authentic and personal to you. I talk to God every single day. So anyway, that's what I got for you. I think I took up enough of your time. Anyway, hopefully you're a subscriber. Hopefully you're going to comment below and talk to me. If you like my vibe, you like my belief system, if you vibe with it, if you like the way I explain things, if you want to learn what your natural gifts are and how to develop them so you can heal yourself and then learn how to heal and help others, underneath this video I'm going to include even more links for you. All right, so I hope you have a wonderful, high vibrational, inspirational, authentic, kick-ass freaking day. All right, I'll see you guys later. Use your gifts for good. That does not make you evil. We all have gifts. It's just a matter of how you use them. Why is it that every freaking video you do, instead of getting right to the freaking point, you got to look at yourself and freaking nitpick everything? Something I've learned that I got to tell myself every time I do these videos, nobody gives a shit. All they care about is the content, right? They don't care about a pimple or a hair being out of place or whatever's in the background. They care about the content. As I sit here and fix my freaking hair to get ready to do this.